Lee
I
just
think we
needs
broke
to, Lee just needs to regain her soul. Give her a second.
What soul?
No,
What do you think it costs to play with us?
All I needed to do.
Everything.
All I needed to do though was I just clicked the stop recording button and then click the start recording button.
Oh, I remember. That's a memory from
Hey,
the
that's-
YouTubing days.
Yeah, there you go. That's smart. See, that's clever. That's So I've actually got an actual question before we start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anybody actually watch the Graham Norton show?
The
No.
who and the what now?
Okay, good.
I don't know who Graham Morton is, but he sounds like he makes a good cracker.
It's a talk show over in
Yeah.
the BBC. Yeah, it's like your guys' version of Jimmy Kimmel, which
Who
means
the
not very
fuck
good.
is Jimmy Kimmel?
Again, see, yeah, most Americans wouldn't know that either. But I've met more Americans that know who Graham Norton is than I've met people in the UK who know who he is. So I'm always curious: is the Graham Norton show an actual show in the UK,
Yeah.
or is it just a thing on BBC America?
It's an actual thing. Like I caught 1 or 2 episodes every now and again, but it's not something I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's on. I'll watch that.
I watched the YouTube clips of like Ian McKellar just being total gay, and I love it because it's Ian McKellar. But like, I was just
All you need to understand is that, quite frankly, talk shows are the most American thing ever, and therefore a Brit will look at you and go, huh?
Japan begs to differ.
Need something?
In their talk shows, you get to kick people in the balls.
Yeah, but they can do whatever they want in Japan. They have tentacles for every occasion. But
To be fair, I did used to watch the Jonathan Ross one when it used to be on.
What is John? I know who Jonathan Ross is. I didn't realize that
He did like a talk show on ITV every now and again, but we used to catch like a few. We watched that more than we watched Graham Norton. Let's put it that way.
I have no idea who Jonathan Ross is.
he's a
You seem to
comedian.
struggle with celebrities. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I don't think Penn's ever gonna let me down for not knowing who Tenacious D is.
Yeah,
You don't know who Tenacious D is?
No, let's.
I will tell you the exact story in about like 2 sentences, right? Penn was talking about Tenacious D just after talking about Jack Black, and I'm like, and I think the exact phrase I was talking about is, "Why are we talking about black rappers now?"
It's too late. I've already sent Pinfold a message saying that we're gonna make you watch the Tenacious D movie.
Oh, please don't. His music was bad enough. I've just accidentally killed Inferno.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the Dark Tales of Runeterra.
Are we starting again? I just accidentally killed Inferno.
Yeah, that seems like a good place to
That's a
quickly
good-
put it
yeah,
off.
that's
Hello,
a
guys.
great
Welcome back to
episode.
the Tenacious Dark Sides of Runeterra D.
So, last time, you managed to.
Sorry, I hear last time and then Josh. Oh,
That's him. He's got his chicken sausages. A mandatory requirement, obviously.
We don't talk about the chicken sausages. I was feeling nauseous the Thursday night when I got back home, and I was like, the only thing I could put it down to is the chicken sausage, not the plantation chips with garlic. No, the sausage.
Do you mean plantains?
Plantain.
What do you mean by chicken sausage?
yeah, that's what I'm curious about as
Wait,
well.
are you serious?
Alright, it's story time with Jack Murphy, baby.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, it
So,
fucking isn't.
every
How do we
Thursday
continue?
for Fans Games, I always bring a lovely pile of meat for myself to consume in front of my horrified witnesses. And this week, I brought unto them the great power that is 92% chicken sausages from Herta or some shit. You know, just because I really need to show off the fact that I don't have a gag reflex. Anyway, I'm just there fucking deep throating sausages, and I offer Lee 1 or 2, apparently.
You offered me two, I only took one. Because the second time you offered me, I was like, no, I know better now. I had the first one.
That bad. They're only like, you know, they're only chicken anuses.
Okay, so
Do you want to know something? Those chicken sausages would probably actually be good for me. Because they're just chicken for the most part.
That's a myth.
They're not good for anyone. So, last time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra, you all managed to do the little vault thingy. You found the last name out of this demon. You met Ari, who said that she's going to go help Maokai after this situation, because she has now learned just how bad the owls are getting out there.
Just kind of like Alari, because I had to leave at the end of the last session. Just reaction to seeing Ari is like, it's probably a good thing Delris is not here right now.
Oh yeah, no, it turned into a whole like 2 or 3 minute argument over disappointment because it wasn't furry enough.
Oh god, this again.
I had to animate that.
I really, really hope
Waffleberg was not
you kept
here
that
for
SF
that.
going. Listen, I expected foxfolk, not cat girls. And I'm going to stand by that. God forbid, at least keep the furries out of my flesh.
So,
Waffleberg thinks somebody's never actually played League of Legends.
And you would be correct, and I have every intention of keeping it that way by the sounds of things.
to be fair, it's
As you
probably the
should.
most sane, it's the most sane thing to do.
Then again, I had to keep some fucking crystal bitch in for 3 rounds earlier, and she was furry bait as shit, whoever that was. It's alright, Josh.
What?
Fucking...
Waffleberg has no idea what's going on anymore. Where
So-
are we? What are we doing? Why am I high on drugs? What's going on?
You'll have all gone back to the room you started off getting into the Visani Vault in. With the crystal puzzle that was already solved and the spiral staircase. With the gem Yordle just casually retracing the patterns and opening the portal up. This time using the lights from the now illuminated crystal puzzle to open it up, rather than needing another sword. And he's just going to look to you all. Well, you got what you need. Go get that demon was for it. I'm going to stay on this side, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Probably smart given that he wanted to eat you.
Alekxander believes this is intelligent choice. Alekxander, how is this going to go down? Asks Alekxander. Is this just going to be very peaceful? You just go in, say its name, it shits itself? Or are we actually going to, you know, do something exciting, like beat the shit out of it? I'd actually prefer it for once if we didn't beat the shit out of it, but my point stands.
I mean, you say his full name, you kind of gain control over him for a bit. In doing well, you gain power over him. And in doing so, I mean, if you wanted to free him, you could free him, but that might not end well for you.
So we gain power over him.
Yeah, basically, he has to obey you.
Does that mean that I can send Alekxander can send him to go save wife? It'd save Alekxander some trouble later.
It's more like there's limits to it. He'll obey like the first 1 or 2 commands, or he'll answer questions, but unless you're just going to stand there and keep repeating his name over and over and over again, it's not going to work too much.
So what you're saying is Alekxander need parrot.
And what you're saying is we need a recording.
What is recorder? Just get parrot. I know what a parrot is.
That won't work. Anything we want to do outside of the place, we would have to free him. It's not worth it. Trust me.
Alekxander is mostly kidding, but
Although Waffleberg agrees ethically with Moonman, Waffleberg would like to state that Waffleberg does have a device that he could use to record the demon's name and constantly say it over and over again with a single command, wrap it around the demon's neck with the emphasis phrase of, "Don't take this off your neck," every time it says the demon's name. But ethically, as a man of science, as a bird of science, I do have to agree with Moonman.
Now that this is settled, before we leave, how do I pronounce this again? Yeah, gets his light book out and points to the first name.
Yes. And it's a good job I went back over the videos yesterday to actually remember the first name. Demaclius. Demaclius.
Demaclius, okay.
And at that point, Ari will just come up behind. And last name is quite easy. It's just Eteris.
As they say that, Waffleberg, you're just going to hear a click from Waffleberg as he's got one of the noise cubes in his hand. I said I agreed ethically. Kind of put it in his pocket. Didn't say I wasn't going to test it out if the chance occurred.
We can... well, we don't want to give this demon more of a reason to kill us when it does get freed. If it gets freed.
Hopefully it doesn't read.
Wait, couldn't we just tell it to, like, banish? Like, couldn't we say, like, demon be gone?
I mean, if
Scratch
you do
his
that,
head.
if you're going to do that, you're just going to banish it to whichever realm or land it came from.
And if it knows how to get back, it probably just finds.
Exactly.
Man, Waffleberg wouldn't lie, void creatures are not this complicated.
No.
Even Alekxander has to confess that this conversation is going on a little longer than Alekxander expected.
I mean, the
Well,
portal's right
Alekxander's the one infinting this shit.
We are dealing with a demon. We need to know everything.
I mean, that is so, like...
Why not just hit demon till dead?
If you
That
want to
is
do that, be my guest.
It is a good backup
Simple.
plan, I think.
Simple yet efficient, as it should be. And with that, I think, I mean, do we need much more information about the demon other than its name? I mean, we got quite a bit of it when we were poking fun at it.
Perhaps it would be... I know Alekxander just said we don't need to spend forever learning the information, but if Alekxander was to give a suggestion, Alekxander would say knowing what it could do would be good information. You know, being prepared for if it does attack us, yes?
That's the thing, demons are all different. You won't really know unless it's freed what kind of demon you're dealing with.
I mean, I don't imagine it's like a world-destroying demon.
Given the fact that it's trapped in a door.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well. Well, he's in a pillar, right? And then there's a door behind him?
Correct.
Yes. But if he does get freed, Waffleberg's just going to take out a little jar. I could command him to get into here and to stay.
Imagine being trapped for so many years inside of a fucking cube and someone says, it is done, get in jar. Fucking hell.
The things Waffleberg could make, the people he could kill. This is why Waffleberg's not in charge.
I mean, we are going to be killing at least, 2 people at some point, so, you know, it's a bad thing to direct at someone.
Fine, Waffleberg has a list, and there's... Waffleberg doesn't remember where he put his list.
Alekxander remembers where his list is, but Alekxander only wants to punch the people on his list.
Is Waffleberg on that list?
Waffleberg is not on that list.
Oh, okay.
So, do I have any way of keeping in contact with you, just in case?
Pulls out sending stone.
That would
How many of those do you have?
We stole a whole box. I mean, we were given a whole box full of them. I mean, we did steal them, but then they gave it to us because we kind of saved the entire city.
They let us keep it.
Just in case you find anything else out along the way that can help. That way I can message you if need be.
Yes. I'm sure Delris will relish painting your face on it.
What?
Delris likes to paint faces on the sending stones.
Oh,
You
I'm
didn't
sorry.
know.
Alekxander heard painting his face. Alekxander was wondering why we were doing children's party tricks now.
I mean,
Alexander
face
hasn't got
paint
the
isn't
best
just
hearing in the world.
children's.
Alright, I think Alekxander thinks that this place is beginning to get to him, even though it's not beginning to make sense. Shall we get to move on?
Yes, let's go to the place that's worse. Let's get this over with.
So you step through the portal.
See you again.
Yep. See. Who knows, maybe next time we meet he'll be on Targon. If Targon's still there.
He'll bow as he walks through the portal.
The smell of roasting Kuiper wafts through the portal.
I was about to say, those few who have had your soul drained, as soon as you step through the portal, the symptoms start again almost immediately.
He's
Oh,
gonna
I didn't realize they went away, I'll be honest.
It went away a little bit like it were numbed due to distance.
Oh.
It's like, oh.
Oh, I think Kuiper needs to become shoulder Kuiper again.
I'll be No, I won't be fine.
I
Time
can't.
to become shoulder Kuiper.
So,
Just casually looking at Waffleberg.
yeah. So
Before Waffleberg even goes through the portal, he's already hyped up on drugs.
so
Like
quick,
you just see him just from his hookah, just just.
so the quick reminder for that. Alari, you're just having waves of kind of disgust and just uncomfortableness. Like you're having some of that anyway, because yours is a bit more personal, given it was Delris that would take it rather than what you saw. But the little bit of disgust that is still in the chain is still coming through. Kuiper, the heat is just getting to you. It's becoming more and more unbearable. Waffleberg, your movement feels much slower and sluggish. You just got that itchy feeling of sand everywhere. Mariah, depression.
I hate you all bastards.
That's anger.
Wow. That happened
Well,
fast.
all of you do seem to have rescinded very, very quickly. I'm really glad we're doing this quickly enough. You're not all getting on my shoulder, though. Fuck off.
Waffleberg casts heroism on himself
Okay.
while he's high.
As you go back through the portal, Alekxander, your sword is there for you to pick up and close the portal.
I have missed you, friends. Come back to our papa.
I shall casually and gently pick up, if it's still there, the freaking true ice chunk.
Yep. Make
Not with my
me
bare hand.
make me a con save with advantage if you're not doing it. Well, how are you doing it then if not with your bare hand?
You remember when I pulled it out the first time? I had like this little set of tongs
That is fair.
that
Do
I
it
was using.
Yep, with the advantage then. Yeah, prestidigitation will help like keep it off a bit.
That's a natural 20.
It just like scoop it straight back up and just straight in before it can even affect the tongs. Just straight in. But as you're looking around, it seems silent. Aside from the usual like wails and moans of the spirits that have been around.
Alright. Oh. Does anyone remember the way back door demon? Alekxander has to admit, he doesn't.
I do believe it's just down the hall.
Alright, Alekxander will lead the way with a Kuiper mounted on his shoulders.
Okay. To the left or to the right?
To the direction I was just pointed.
Which direction
Before
did
we
you
go-
point? Potoo?
Before we go, Waffleberg is looking around for the little mobster girl.
If I recall right, she was the only one that didn't go down to the diamond because the other two did.
Yes.
She is nowhere to be seen.
Alrighty. Well, let's
Just casually hope that she GTFO'd and didn't get eaten.
I can't blame her. It's fine. I'll just find out who all she's related to and kill them when I'm back in zone.
Huh.
But yes, Potoo, given this is reliant on you now, which direction did you point Alekxander down? Left or right?
Odds are even it. Odds is left or humans into right. To the right!
You have chosen correctly.
Aha!
So, you all head down to the right, passing the still closed cells of spirits that seem to be pacing back and forth, some of which just curled up in the corner, just awaiting whatever fate they have. Some quite literally bashing at their invisible bars.
Alexander's just going to make his way to the door that he believes the demon to be behind, and probably go through the door. And I think you know what I mean when I say through the door. Why is it so warm all of it? A second. That's it. It's comfortable. That's not another fireball of fuck you, is it? So they did it all, you fucks. Just starts looking around and sees the pan and goes, what the fuck?
Like when you, there was no door blocking you off from the demon. It was just a straight up walk through. But at the same time, I am just imagining now. It's just giant open doorway, and then it just pans to the wall next to it, and Alekxander just walks through the wall, just like breaking through it. Like, this is probably going to be too old of a reference to people, but do any of you know Count Duckula?
Yep.
Bit of
Yes.
The nanny from that, where she just never used the door, but instead just walked through the walls.
I must confess, I don't remember that specific detail, but fair.
But yeah, you head on down the corridor, and the diamond is there. Oddly enough, the other two spirits that were you sent down to him aren't.
All right, we've returned with important news.
And you haven't returned with my meal.
Just sort of nudges Kuiper. Say the thing, Kuiper.
I won't beat around any bushes. What's his name? I have it written down. He's actually flipping through his book like.
Oh, are you actually saying what's his name?
No.
What's his name?
No. Sorry?
The eye is just going to glance to you as you flick through the page after saying, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It is going to make an insight on you to see if you can guess what's happening. You're not planning something there, are you, small one?
Well, Demaclius Atharas, we just need through the door. Open that door, please.
What?
That's not a lot of doing, that's a lot of asking. I don't think that's what we told you to do.
It just lets out a deep growl as you see the floating guy just kind of vibrate within its shell.
Oh, Snookums. Alexander, he'll get you a biblet.
Oh, Snookums, how do you...
This probably won't phase Alexander. This is someone who's dying of a heat stroke, slapping the big burly 6-foot man round the back of the head.
Yeah, but as long as he gets the idea.
Do you have the key?
Yes.
Then hand me the key, or hold it out.
Will do.
Alexander is not normally an insightful person, but just just to be sure.
Yeah, you can roll an insight on it.
He's a twat, but he is a twat who thinks about things.
On top of that, Kuiper, what is the key? Do you remember what the key was?
I've got a key and a note. It just says key.
13 insight. Given his name has been said and the whole anger in his voice, he doesn't want to do it, but he has to do it, you feel?
Yeah, Alekxander sort of knew that, but he was basically trying to work out if this guy's trying to trick his way around actually doing what he's been told.
That part you can't really tell too much.
Yeah, that's fair. Alekxander's not that intelligent.
You hold out the key, and he will look down to the small key. That is not the correct key. That is one of the master's keys.
Listen, it's been 4 weeks for us and about 2 days for our characters.
It's a small pendant that looks like it houses a ruby. The ruby.
Oh wait, hold on.
energies.
I know who's he's gonna walk over to Mariah, to rummage through Mariah's pockets and hair, pull it out. This one.
Mariah, are you letting Waffleberg essentially pickpocket you for this?
Well, she'll probably be crying, so she's a bit distracted.
It's not really pickpocket when it's this blatant. It's more grab pocket, but sure.
Just Mariah crying, just Waffleberg goes through the pockets. Mariah has even more reason to cry now.
Wait, why are you crying?
I don't know. I just feel so sad.
Oh, Waffleberg's just gonna reach into his coat, take out a little lollipop. Here, have that. It's got like wump fur and stuff all over it. He's just gonna walk over to Moonman.
It would be worse if it was in my.
That's awful. But yes, he will look to the pendant. That is the key. Hold it up for me to gaze upon.
Okay. Moonman's gonna hold. Oh, not Moonman. Waffleberg's gonna hold it up.
Moonman's going to hold up the amulet because I'm holding
Yeah,
up
no,
the
screw
Moonman.
it. He's gonna put it on Moonman, and then Waffleberg's gonna hold Moonman up.
I don't think.
I
don't think this is going to work.
I imagine that Waffleberg has now mounted the back of Alekxander. We are now the ultimate tower.
Yes, this is how it is. This is how it is. Alekxander's just carrying Waffleberg. Waffleberg's carrying Moonman. Moonman's holding the amulet up.
I feel so unsafe.
Don't worry, Alekxander has good base. I think. Waffleberg's a little heavier than I expected.
Well, Waffleberg's body is like 95% metal, so.
I know you said that before, but you've got to understand that's a hard thing to believe sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
And you will see this ruby begin to glow. Brighter and brighter. Before the glow dims, but it does feel oddly warmer to the touch. There, I have channeled my essence into it. It should be able to open up the doors that have 2 bells or below above them. You may need to find more energy to get it to open up the higher doors.
For
But
fuck's sake.
it should help you get to the next floor at least.
This is the weirdest mod of SCP Containment Breach I've ever played, but...
It is fine.
Fair.
Now just step into this one thing and we'll put you through on ultra fine.
Oh, yes.
Surely nothing bad can come of that, Ranna. Santa.
Let's put the demon on ultra.
No, I put the shadow guy through and he came out as Boris Johnson.
But
So-
wait. If we put Kuiper in, well, Kuiper has no soul. Will that make a full Kuiper?
Please do not duplicate Kuiper's soul.
Mm.
I don't think the gods will appreciate that duplication glitch.
So, he looks up on you. Now that you have had your request fulfilled, now can I get some peace and perhaps a meal?
You're due one soon. You'll be fine. With all due respect, we won't give up our own.
I was
Let's go.
due one, but it's wait, where do you get that? You see the eye quite literally trying to turn, but it just keeps going into the enclosed part of the diamond. It's like
I just imagine it gets muffled as his eyes goes. Wait, what are you?
where you going?
Well,
Get
while,
that girl.
while we're behind him, Waffleberg is just gonna take out like a little like blanket, and he's just gonna cover him for when you need to sleep.
Are we assuming he's like a parakeet?
Alekxander would like to get a move on now. Shall we get a move on?
Oh yeah.
We are moving.
Oh, I was wondering what my legs were doing. I thought they were just shifting in place. It looks like they're walking. That's good to see that my legs still know how to walk. Sometimes they
Waffleberg,
forget.
you're
It's just-
still on my shoulder. Stop trying to move your legs.
Waffleberg's just kicking Alexander's chest over and over again.
Oh god, that's sorry just to interrupt my own game, but I just saw something that was cursed then, Dion. Do you know, like Geek Retreat were holding that creative Pokemon competition?
Yeah,
So I was drawn Agumon as one of them.
I know. Cloud.
It's in the finalists.
I know.
That is not what you call moonwalking.
So, the door is ahead, just behind the diamond. It is still closed at the moment. What do you do?
So, Kuiper, shall I try and get this door open, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try and crack this boy open.
Amulet. If there's no slot, you'll just hold it up.
You hold it up, and the bells begin to chime. And the gate
waffle man.
slowly lowers into the ground.
Ah, it's been quite the trip to open this one singular door. I
Yeah.
really hope there isn't too much bad behind it. Else we're going to be in
You
for
gotta
another
think of
mess
like whoever lived here, having to open this door in this way, like over and over again. That's yeah.
This is assuming that it wasn't done after the ship.
Also, he's probably a ghost and can just walk through the damn door.
I mean, there would have been another way to beat this, but I'm pretty sure it would have been eaten, so... Potatoes, potatoes.
Beyond the gate is a staircase going upwards.
Does anyone
Yay!
Sure they were going to
More
go down.
Does
stairs.
anyone remember what the next floor was before we?
No, Waffleberg
Very well.
doesn't.
Very well.
Probably the I would like to hope it's going to be
First.
the soul chasms or cans or whatever they're called. We need to get you back. I feel
Okay.
like the sweating is beginning to become a little bit uncomfortable, Kuiper.
Yes, actually, Waffleberg's gonna get off of Alexander. Potato, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to say roughly about what Alexander was saying, aside from the sweating part.
No.
Oh, it's uncomfortable for you.
Oh, don't worry, Kuiper. We're going to get your soul back. Alexander
I know.
just jests with you.
As you make it up to the next floor,
Alexander's, of course, taking the front, but also being very cautious as, like, the only uncursed party member left.
it seems to be almost akin to the floor you just were being on. Only the difference is the cells are just by themselves. They're not like in a room where it's like 4 cells next to each other. Each one seems to be cordoned off to its own little area. And they seem much bigger. And they have the bells above them.
Well, it would appear that we have private fucking access. That's pretty handy.
The ones that you can see at the moment in front of you have only one bell above the doors.
Hmm.
Some of them are quite empty. Some of them do indeed have some spirits within. And you can make me perceptions.
Okay, 1 second.
Perception.
Oh, 3 are passes so far.
Mm.
Yep. Oh,
What we going for? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
perception.
Perceptible.
So far, Alari's the only one to. Never mind.
That's a 4.
So, Alekxander and Alari do not spot it. Oh,
Alari's not the perceptive twin.
you're not. So, who got the highest there? That was Mariah. Mariah.
I
And
need to be.
technically, okay. And Lyra as well, technically. As you're looking around, one thing you do note is you can't see yourselves. You can't see any of the party in these cells.
Oh, right, fucking hell. I thought we just all turned fucking invisible for a minute. I can feel Kuiper's legs, but he's invisible. Ah.
Waffleberg, Potoo, and Kuiper. And as well as Mariah and Lyra. What you do notice, just from glance, from where you are, the cell directly ahead is empty, and the door is open. The one to its left is occupied. It seems to be housing a Shuriman male whose cell is completely flooded with water.
Huh.
Oh
They
dear.
just appear to be struggling, just chained up in the middle, as if they cannot even attempt to swim to the surface for air. You just see this
Oh.
Shuriman guy struggle, drown, only to be brought back and start the drowning process all over again.
Eat, sleep, drown, repeat. Eat, sleep, drown, repeat.
Oh.
I once knew a guy that could do that.
To your left, as soon as you went from where you've entered, to your left on the same wall, Kuiper, you will recognize a Solari housed within.
Recognize a Solari.
You do not, unfortunately. They just seem to be a Solari soldier.
Salami.
But their cell is housed in what seems to be illuminated by pure moonlight, with chants and scriptures that you recognize to be of Lunari descent.
And PTSD fucking sucks.
Ugh, they didn't even get the chant right.
Yeah, no, oddly enough, some of them are a bit off. Some seem to be a bit twisted in their message. But it does seem to be working on this guy, who is just on his knees, helmeted head in hands, as if he's been here for quite some time and has just given up on even attempting to do anything.
What race is he?
Make me an investigation. He is Vestayan. In particular, he seems to be a more Ursine kind of Vestayan, kind of like a bear type person.
Right.
And this time, not like Ari, where it's more like an anime girlish type thing. No, like this is an actual bear in armor.
Right. For a moment, I thought it was Gezen.
He's not a Vestayan, he's an Ursine?
There is still more humanish qualities to him
Oh, okay.
than Ursine.
I completely misimagined that in my head. I apologize.
It's fine. It's kind of like a little bit of the sweet spot, but leaning more towards animalistic.
Okay.
But the other cells that you see at the moment are empty. Alari, you haven't noticed much because you failed that perception. Oh, sorry, I just had to motion towards the telly because they got one of those green tea bulbs that be poured at kettle then. I just had to motion to go, see, it's not just me that gets them. It's on MasterChef.
Congratulations, Lee. You have something in common with Nancy French chefs.
No, it's because each time I've had them before, like, my dad's seen them sprouting out, and he's like, why would anyone have that? And I'm like, see, it's not just me.
That's like the worst people to compare yourself to. It's like literally admitting you're a hipster.
No, it's admitting I just drink tea a lot. Anyway. Alari, you don't see anything. Alekxander.
Alekxander. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
As you step forward, I'm going to need a dex save with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
Because you rolled a 4 and didn't see anything, and therefore your trap thing doesn't trigger, as that only triggers on things you see.
Why do I get disadvantage? No.
Because you weren't expecting it, you were just complaining. And
Because the
then
DM wants to fuck with the player. Admit
Yes.
it.
That too. Let's face
You're a
it.
bitch.
Let's face it, as someone who's DM'd for people as well, you can appreciate this.
No, no. We don't talk about the time I skimmed Ramsay. Skimmed? Yeah, that's what I did to him.
You skimmed Ramsay from the surface.
I'm back.
Oh,
Welcome back.
there it is. That's depressing.
That's another 4.
Aren't I with you?
So,
Yeah, cry about it.
as you
Was it
walk
disadvantage?
because I said with disadvantage.
Because Lee said I didn't see it, so I need to suck her penis. Her penis is an illegal phrase, but
At least you didn't misgender this time.
no,
I will take
I
it.
will not misgender. I will only miscock.
As you walk forward, something grabs your ankles.
Curb stomp.
No.
I'm going to need you to make me a con save.
Oh, that's a bit more up my alley. I mean, a
Shouldn't
bit,
have said
but...
that.
Oh, sorry?
Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, no, here it comes. You've jinxed the roll, and
Yeah, hang on.
You're running off my luck die today.
Oh golly, oh gosh.
I'm assuming.
Golly, oh gosh, I'll suck off your cock. Alright, let's have a look at all the shit. Some of it might be helpful. Probably not. It never fucking is, but... Shush.
I was about to say something about Keris and that one, and then I remembered Lex and realised,
Yeah, we don't talk about how weirdly sexual Keris's character got. It's not what I was expecting, but I probably should have with hindsight. The Horde of something. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, alright. This is going to be a straight concept, I think.
Yep. No disadvantage, no advantage, just straight up con.
Command. Yeah, alright, that's fine. That's pretty solid.
That is solid.
Solid as my cock.
Stop.
So,
Docks and cocks.
you feel.
Oh, I know what Alexander.
My worst nightmare.
And when I say it, everyone else mocks. But what can I say? I just wanted some chalks.
So you feel.
Hopefully this constitution
Yeah.
save will not proc.
So you feel something attempt to drain you.
Just lift my leg up and...
And as you stomp down, you actually hear a scream.
Alekxander's soul is worth more than your fingers, bitch!
As the rest of you look down and see a little thing just scurry backwards away from Alekxander as it rises from the shadows.
Is it the Poro?
Alekxander has the most shit-eating grin on his face.
It's not a Poro. It is, if I can find the image, because I had one of those moments again of, ha ha ha, oh wait, I forgot to get the thing. God, what? I can't even remember its name. God damn it. Give me uno momento, por favor. I need to look through this. While I'm looking through doing this, Kuiper, Alari, Waffleberg, and Mariah, you can make me perceptions to see if you can hear yourselves and or Delris.
Okay, 1 second.
It gives people something to do while I had to quickly scroll through to find this bloody thing. Because I know it was introduced around the same time Ncorin was introduced. That's its name. And that will do for the image. Please say it's not going to have issues. It's not. Excellent.
Oh dear.
Okay, so Alari, you don't notice. Mariah, you don't notice. Kuiper, you don't notice. Waffleberg is BRB.
Waffleberg is Babe. Kind of know that one, huh?
The Waffleberg's back, actually.
Okay, make me a perception to see if you can hear yourself. No. But you all see, scurrying from the shadow that was at Alekxander's feet after it got curb stomped, this.
Well, that's a gremlin if I've ever seen any.
It looks like that's the same shit-eating grin Alekxander has right now.
Oh, hey, it's the Gremlins from that hit movie called Classic Gremlins.
And it's just holding its fingers and just hissing like.
Alekxander will break more if you don't get away, you little shit.
Mortals should not be wandering the master's halls this far up.
Little shit shouldn't be talking back to people who could turn them into a fucking slinky.
Waffleberg would like to point out he's not a mortal, so he is not within this conversation. Also, Waffleberg's fairly certain the big beefy man's not a mortal either.
The fuck is a slinky?
What?
Oh, for goodness sakes, I'm not having a casual conversation with you. Fuck off!
It will just kind of hunch over and just scrabble away.
I'm going to be honest with you, I really didn't expect it to fuck off. Most things that you tell to fuck off just fight you harder. Right, let's just go and find some souls before those things get a little grabby again. Alekxander is good, but Alekxander doesn't want to try his luck 72 times.
So, you continue on your way. Trying to find... Essentially, what are you trying to find? Are you trying to find...
The souls of peeps.
Okay, you try to find souls of peeps. Y'all can roll me another perception, including those that were trying to listen out for it originally.
Does Lyra hear anything with 19?
Does Lyra got a 14? Oh, hearing, yes.
Waffleberg got a natural 20.
5.
Lyra should have heard something previously.
I'll make another one.
Is it perception, did we say?
Yeah. I'll go off Lyra's original one for that, but Alekxander, Waffleberg, Potoo, and Lyra from before. I'm assuming Lyra's tried to tug at your Kuiper, but given
She's probably nudging Alekxander.
yeah, but given
On
Alekxander.
the shoulder.
but given the whole
Ale-
heat situation and the little gremlin wasn't noticed.
Yeah.
Sorry, what is Lyra again? I honestly don't know.
She's a zebra, flying
yeah.
weasel, pretty much.
Alekxander will just notice, hello. I think this is the first time we've actually interacted.
Do I
But,
have
okay, I'm going to stop it. I'm going. All right.
I am looking to see if I do still have the picture of the Zeebles on here.
I do. There you go. It's
Yeah,
small, but
Hang on, it's fine, I can stretch it out. That's a Zeeble.
Pretty precious.
So,
Maybe.
I'm going to roll a d4 and see whose is found. Because someone's is indeed found. Oh no.
Oh no.
You round the corner, and in the distance hear a female voice, a familiar female voice, crying out in disgust. And
What I recognise,
Panic.
this is exactly who I think it is.
yeah, you'd recognise it's Delris.
Alekxander immediately goes out, Alari! We found her!
Delris.
Alekxander will jog over to the to her cage and have a look inside.
Indeed.
So will Alari.
Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Just three heads just scrunched against each other looking through this little freaking gap.
The question is, do I keep it up with the joke version? Or do I actually play it serious
Oh,
now?
please.
You gotta go somewhere in the middle. That's how this works, Lee.
Flip the
Okay.
coin.
So, with this one, given this one is a... Well, first things first, as you get there, I want an investigation check from people.
Sure.
An investigation.
Yes,
Goddamn.
it's not a high DC. So
Fuck,
far
you want
everyone
some
has,
high investigations.
so far everyone but Alari has passed, which makes sense as Alari would probably have rushed straight forward to look through.
That
Everyone
is
else,
the most Lamauest of Lamals.
everyone else has passed though. If you notice, there are bells above this door to her cell.
Well, I guess we know how this works now. But let's have a look inside, Lee.
3 bells.
Oh, you cockhead. Anyway, I want to have a look inside.
Yep. The first thing
It's
you will notice.
important.
The first thing you will notice as you look in, you see what seems to be a spiritual version of Delris, knelt down in front of what seems to be Alari's body. But you see her, so frantically looking from side to side, as if she's also looking at the corners at the same time.
Let's have a look at these corners.
And as you peek to look closer at the corners, in each one, you see what seems to be a facsimile of Draven. Hip thrusting nude.
Oh my! Alekxander's found some beefcake!
Alari's kind of staring like,
With the most little disrespect for your sister as possible, this is not what Alekxander was expecting!
well, it's meant to be torture, I guess.
Could you be tortured by such fine hips?
Delris could be. She does not appreciate the male form at all.
That's fine. More for Alekxander, baby. But
why is he doing the helicopter now?
Sorry, Waffleberg was hypnotized by the sausage going whir. What's going on?
I can hear it.
The DM's having regrets. The funniest part is I remember discussing this with you, Dion. Just jokingly, you went, "No, that actually is most likely what it would be."
I
Well,
know, funny, but I think me and Alekxander, fuck, I'm talking about myself. I think me and Alari here would do well to switch places.
Waffleberg, if Alekxander ever does this, shoot me.
Don't worry, I'll take you off my shoulders first. You require a better base than with someone on your shoulders to do this sort of stuff. Not that I would know.
Wait, who's doing it in there?
I don't know, but I like the look of it.
it's
I mean,
well, Draven, and Draven is hip thrusting naked at Delris.
I don't know who this Draven is, but
Waffleberg would like to help, but he can't move his eyes.
Question: If we open this door, do we also free that?
It's like a fucking torpedo. Jesus Christ!
I was about to
Alekxander
give a
wouldn't
serious
mind that.
answer to that there, Josh, and then I remembered. Have you seen that anime clip that went around? Where it's the guy trying to help the kids who are being bullied in the back alley. And he just
No.
kind of flexes and the uniform just falls off, and he's just like wearing a bra for some reason, and then just starts hip thrusting his way forward. I'm just imagining the Dravens do that out to the cell.
That's an old one. I remember that.
So,
Oh,
do we?
First off, Waffleberg's quickly turning Mariah around away from what's happening in that prison.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Is there like a button that we can press? Like
Well,
with the
I think we don't have the, I don't think we have the clearance to get to the to the helicopter right now. I think we need a few more power. Penis. Sorry, I've got my mind on something else entirely right now.
It's like Jesus. You know, I kind of thought it'd be bigger.
I've heard that once before. Anyway,
Looks like a fucking.
as you're all stood there just witnessing this display, you're going to hear footsteps incoming, like heavy footsteps against stone.
Xander, you know what? Give me just a second. This is important. Alekxander does stop looking at that fine specimen just long enough to understand that something's coming.
Yep.
And it's not Alekxander. I mean,
And from around the corner steps what seems to be a human.
what seems to be is never a good thing to have in front of a human.
I mean, to be fair, if he's a human, he's an extremely tall human with a face just blank of emotion. Quite literally, resting bitch face for this guy would be putting it lightly.
Alekxander will look to the other party members to see if they recognize this thing, because quite frankly, they have recognized a surprising amount of people we've walked into at this point.
You would not recognize this guy. You have never seen him before. He is just shy of 7 foot tall.
Alekxander's just going to look at him and goes, "Please tell me we don't have to fight you." Alekxander has other things on his mind right now.
Pretty much.
I think we need to bonk him.
Bold, with sunken in eyes, and just like sunken in cheeks, wearing what seems to be a green suit over a white shirt, with what seems to be a white bow tie to match it. And he just looks down at you with a grumble. No, he doesn't have rats along his rats, Potoo. but he will look down at you all. Just grumble slightly. Place a hand towards his chest, as if he's reaching for something.
I'm gonna, like, get ready. As it, like, get out of the way.
And then he will
Alekxander's giving this man the weirdest look.
And then he will bow. Good evening. You have been expected.
What have we been expected by, if I may ask?
By the master.
And who is the master?
Raum. Not Raum. Shit. Well, Gale? Gale? Raum's the friggin' demon in Swain.
Raum is Swain's.
Raum
It's,
XD.
hang on.
You're thinking, is it
Grail.
Yeah, it's Grail. Thinking of Grail.
Grail, of course.
Alekxander will look at the rest of the party like, now who the fuck are they talking about? As if, like, Alekxander has done nothing but walk into more NPCs he doesn't understand the importance of.
It's almost as if this NPC is not someone from the games, but rather someone I've made.
Oh, okay. That's illegal. Anyway.
Hence why when everyone met him, we were like, yeah, none of you have met this guy before.
Alright. Well, could your master possibly help us get these very interesting specimens out of this? I mean Alari, of course.
He will walk over to the cell that houses Delris. No, she is not quite done yet.
She's not quite done yet! That is not the phrase I expected! Alekxander isn't quite done yet, if you know what I mean!
It's not a microwave, it's a circle of propellers.
I mean,
yeah, I'm looking at that, and micro is not a word I'd use to describe it.
If it pings like a microwave when it's done, I'm leaving.
I'm not quite sure what a microwave is, but I would say more like a blender.
She's done. Let her out.
There's still an ounce of will left in her. She is not done
Good.
yet.
No, she's done. Release her.
I can double check, but no, things have not changed. She still has will in her. She is not done yet.
Really?
Does she have? I don't see any will.
Alright, let me put it this way. We're not asking, bud. We're telling. I don't think your butler ass is going to be enough to take us all on, so come on, open up the door, man.
Out of curiosity, like, how... God, I don't want to say this, but it... How fast is it spinning?
Why do you need to know this?
Just...
On that note, Lee, how fast
Sure.
is this wonderful specimen spinning?
This is a Waffleberg play, that's why I'm having to ask this.
He's going to make a performance check.
How quickly can Draven swung the dome?
Good pace. Good pace.
About 300 RPM.
Waffleberg is going to slightly shift the ghost dude at the spinning thing. And Waffleberg is immediately going to say,
"You are getting very sleepy."
He's going to attempt to hypnotize him with the spinning thing. This is a Waffleberg plan, so go with it as you please. God damn it. God damn you, Lane. God damn you.
I was expecting this to be a throwaway gag.
No, it's... yeah, that's what Waffleberg was supposed to be.
So, he's just gonna stay there, just stone faced, before getting back up to his stood up position. She is not done yet, but if you would care to follow me.
Why?
We need to check on the rest of you.
He's gonna look to the rest of the party like, look, Alekxander's going to be honest with you. Would you like me to beat this man up?
I mean, let's go with the flow and see what he is talking about. It's probably best that we learn where the rest of us are.
I have a question before we go. Was it the bells that were powered by the Samulet or something else?
The bells indicate like the level that the amulet needs to be to unlock them. It is currently able to unlock 2 bells and under.
How many bells was above that door?
3.
Okay.
Alekxander was just there like, alright, fine. Gets one good look at his new obsession and
Gonna
moves
try
on.
and turn Alexander's head away as he goes to look, just like, no, this way.
Just not going to stop cackling. Oh yes, I forget you're above me sometimes.
Besides, even
Oh,
if I
shit.
wanted to, I couldn't free them yet. The key is upstairs.
Alari,
Gonna insight this because if he's telling the truth, then Alexander can calm down a bit about him.
Yep, insight him. You think he's telling the truth?
Kuiper, is he telling the truth? I think he's telling the truth, but I like your second opinion.
Yeah, I think he's telling the truth.
Just stare to each other. I think he's telling the truth. Yeah, I think he's telling the truth. I reckon he's telling
You were
the
trying to
truth.
say something there, Alari?
Alari doesn't seem to want to move away from the thing.
Just pop back to Alari and go, listen. I know that it's going to be a little difficult, but I don't think we can get her out from here. Maybe if we follow this man, get a little more information about it, we can do something about it.
Indeed.
Don't worry, we're not gonna... You're not the part of this conversation! As I was saying, if we follow him, we can get more information out of him. We don't need to wait until she's out of will to be freed, because that sounds horrific.
He'll
So
just
come on.
lean back down, just still stone-faced between you both.
If you're still listening in, I'm not going to do anything, but I'm going to be angry with you anyway.
If you're going to keep referring to me, at least you can refer to me by name.
Alright,
You
but
could
only
give
so I
us
can
your
come up with a
name.
creative insult with it.
Bruno.
Bruno, understood. Now come on, move the way.
Sorry, we don't talk about Bruno.
Oh God! Fuck.
Alright, Bruno, lead the way.
I'm assuming you're laughing at that, Ranna, because you knew I just checked D&D chat.
Was that what you laughing at?
I'm laughing at everything.
So, he's going to lead you as fast as he can go, which is at a normal walking pace, but let's just quickly get away from this scene.
Alekxander looks a tad disappointed.
Me as the DM is not disappointed. We've had enough of that for now. No. Bad party. Bad.
Bad party! You can't implement 4 swirling dongs and then go, no, bad party! How dare you be intrigued by my utter madness?
Alari does kind of lean up to Alekxander as they're walking and just kind of like, also, he's mine.
He's yours. Why is there 4 of him? Is that how you like it?
I probably wouldn't object, but...
I don't question, nor do I shame.
That's a lie.
Is he still listening in on our conversations? He's annoying me very quickly.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's technically walking.
Don't worry. If it's yours, it's yours. Alekxander just likes to know what goods are up for grabs, if you know what I mean.
Of course I listen.
Stop listening!
I like you. You're fun.
It is my job here, as caretaker, to keep an eye out and make sure all needs are fulfilled.
Alari, can I ask a question?
I said, aren't you married?
I mean, yes, but I don't think she'd complain about those goods either.
In his defense, he was widowed like 2 days ago, and then he found out he was married.
The Freljord is an unusual place indeed with their traditions.
Anyway,
To be fair,
Alari,
I'm still a widower.
I have to ask an honest question. Is he actually as well endowed as he appears in this imagery?
Oh
Because
my
that's
God.
impressive.
So,
I don't know yet.
you
You
are
don't know yet. Oh, that's a shame.
as you're being led towards the next cell, you're all going to start hearing the crackling of fire.
Oh, I wonder who that could be. How would you know, person on shoulders?
Says nothing.
That is
And
fair. I don't know how I'd react to seeing that either.
oddly enough, given the joking that happened at the beginning of last week's episode, yeah, as you get to the cell, it is essentially as if you're looking into an oven, only with more flames, because if your oven is on fire, something may be wrong.
Now, this one should make a microwave noise.
As you do indeed see, Kuiper's soul and spirit in the middle of it all, on fire, charred and burned beyond, almost beyond recognition, to the point where they will just give up, collapse, only for the burn scars to go away, for them to rise back up, only for it to repeat over and over.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you, Bruno. I kind of preferred the last version of hot. This isn't my kind of hot. You sure we can't get him out?
His soul does like it is given up, but the master enjoys this one's pain.
There's a dickhead.
I do not question his tastes. As said, I do not judge.
That's a lie.
To lie, I'm almost beginning to like you. That's a bit of a lie, but I mean, you're trying. I'll give you that. Can't be mad at someone who's this dedicated to his job.
Yet again,
No, you can.
yet again, 3 bells above the door.
Alright, let's go see the other two. I'm very curious to see what Mariah's is for some reason. I just couldn't imagine her being scared of anything before we got in here.
Well, wouldn't you know it? You're hearing crying sounds coming from the next cell. As he leads you
Is that
towards
Mariah?
it does sound like a crying
It's
Mariah.
like it sounds like Mariah, but in noises that I didn't think would ever come from her direction.
And as you reach there, it is quite the horrific scene just displayed in front of you. There's essentially hanging from meat hooks in the middle of the room, Mariah, you will witness your family being pecked and torn apart by creatures that will actually give you a bit of a shudder as well there, Waffleberg, as these do seem to be corrupted vultures, tainted by the void.
Well,
Just
as you know,
constantly pecking away at the flesh of these family members, tearing their innards out, and as soon as it looks like there is no flesh to give, the bodies regenerate. And in the corner is Mariah, held back by spiritual hands, unable to reach them to try and even scare away the birds.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not real.
Alexander,
It's blatantly obvious that that's not real.
Alexander has been making a lot of jokes about all this, but that is, even Alexander has to confess, that is distinctly uncomfortable.
That's not uncomfortable, it's just not real. Take it from someone who's been through something like that. That's not how they act.
And you see one of the vultures
Right.
turn towards Mariah. Oh, it is very real. And then turns to look at you from outside the cell, Waffleberg. This vulture looks like a corrupted version of you.
Hey, look! It's
Well,
got
at
your
least
face.
it's got my bad side, at least.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to put her off your good side,
Wait
right?
a second. Mariah, you're afraid of me?
Well, if you look like that, yes.
Really? Wait, is that what I look like?
Oh,
Little bit, passing
Oh,
resemblance.
you look beautiful, Waffleberg. Don't worry.
it may be better for me to explain this.
No, look, I don't believe in you, and I don't believe in that, so I'm not gonna believe in your explanation, but you can feel free and go ahead if it makes you happy.
Sometimes she sees you, sometimes she sees her, points to Alari. Sometimes she sees him, points to Alekxander.
Waves.
Essentially, the master likes to change it up every now and again. See what makes it more painful.
Listen, Alekxander doesn't want to sound like he doesn't care, but Alekxander wants to see what an Alexander-shaped vulture looks like. Can you change it now?
Oh, it's not a vulture. It's
Well,
quite
it's like a
literally
vulture.
you in a more berserker state, coming in with your swords, piercing, chopping, slashing, breaking.
Wait, is all that you know about me is that I'm a vulture?
Yeah, that seems a bit racist, man.
What we know about you is your fears of the void, and therefore a fear of your own self would be becoming quite void-touched yourself. Therefore, it comes into play with this, with a fear quite literally being the worst that people could be. Yours being a void touch.
Oh, Sonny boy, we're gonna have to have a talk later on. I can be far worse than that.
Anyway, you've got one more to show us. I don't think Waffleberg is doing well looking at this. I think he's going to lose the
Yeah.
polarity of it, but that's saying something.
The interesting
I'm-
part, people can roll me an investigation on this
An
Sure.
investigation.
before you're led to the next cell.
Piss.
Given people didn't ask about this, so I will give people an investigation to spot. Okay. Alekxander is the only one to fail so far. Are the other two rolling? Yep,
Yeah, my D&D Beyond just crashed. Give me a second.
I see D&D Beyond's been going downhill ever since Wizards of the Coast actually bought it.
I know, right?
It's still so weird to think that it was its own thing. Like Wizards of the Coast had nothing to do with it until recently.
Yeah, but they basically that's a lie. Actually, they were in contract, which is why they only carry Wizards of the Coast stuff.
Okay.
Fascinating.
What are we rolling?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah. Only Alekxander doesn't spot this, as Alexander's keen to get to the next cell. 4 bells above Mariah's cell. She's got the maximum lockdown on hers. The master is essentially trying to create the Mordekaiser experiment.
I'm not going to ask if you don't tell. Listen, Alekxander has been playing big, strong, and doesn't care for a little while now. Even Alekxander's starting to get a little bit unsettled by this. Can we just move the fuck on?
Waffleberg and Kuiper, since you two have the most history and such, you two can, and Mariah as well, technically, given age, you three can roll me history checks. Yes, no.
Maybe.
Depends what Mariah... Oh, Mariah, yes. Waffleberg, you're not sure, you're just ready to go to the next cell. Kuiper, you've heard of Mordekaiser come... Well, obviously you've heard Mordekaiser's name come up before because of Ncorin. But you've heard that back when he was alive, yeah, he used to do quite some despicable stuff. Mainly to do with Bandle City, in fact. Mariah, not only do you know he was quite adamant on breaking Yordles spiritually, and mentally and physically. You even remember the name of the one that actually succeeded.
Oh.
Vigar.
Vigar.
A Yordle broken so much because he was kept away from getting back to Bandle City that he quite literally fell into insanity and now believes himself to be the villain. He believes himself to be a master of evil, partly to try and get back at the world. You get the feeling that if Fresh is trying to recreate that, he's looking at a way to torture what is generally some of the most happy-go-lucky creatures on this planet, being Yordles.
Keeping us away from home for long enough is normally enough.
Alright, I think that just leaves Waffleberg. Come on.
Yep. And you're led to a cell that is pitch black.
I
Yes,
guess I'll use my sword to have a look in, I guess.
it does not pierce the darkness.
This is magical darkness.
Yes, his is a bit of a special case. You need to go deeper in to see it. I'm assuming you're feeling the itchiness of the sand still. It needs to be fortified more. Therefore, further in.
Yeah, Alekxander is not going in that cell, mate.
He's just going to look to you until he said. So you're not interested in seeing your friend?
But Waffleberg is right there. You just have his spirit.
He's just going to let like a little chuckle. Very well, follow me. Maybe I'll get you next time. And he will actually lead you to Waffleberg's cell.
Oh, is that you that, wait, where are we going? Okay.
Alekxander's catching on now. You're one step away from being a dead man.
He's already a dead man.
But you must look. Alekxander will not claim to be the brightest, but you must be retarded if you think Alekxander's going to go into a cell because you think someone's in there. You tit.
That's where you're quite wrong, my avian friend.
I'm not there. Oh, you're talking to him.
Yes.
What?
You said I'm already dead. In fact, the opposite is true. This is my torture, after all. I wished for death, and then never granted it. Anytime it happens, I come back.
I'm not going to feel bad to you right now. You just tried to get me in a cell, you bitch.
Yeah, sorry, Waffleberg doesn't really give much of a shit about you. Or about this, or about Waffleberg's current predicament. Let's get a move on, Mr. Talkerson.
Yeah, I think maybe you should read the room. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure my Freljordian friend is probably going to kick your head off if you keep talking and not doing.
Your Freljordian friend?
Just points to Alari.
Oh, right, yes.
He feels
The
very
whole sister
disgruntled.
situation. Trust me, I did think about trying to get lured into the cell as well, but yes.
I'll let you answer one more question. If you had gone into that cell, what would have been waiting for me? Because I don't fear a lot of shit, mate.
Oh, the master would have found something, I'm as sure of it. What it would be, I don't know myself, because I don't know you.
Probably you was just talking for 10 fucking years, but...
He could take your dick.
Well, now you've put that idea into his head.
He can have that idea put into his head. He's already fucking doing it.
So, he will lead you to the cell that contains Waffleberg, and it just seems to be full of sound at the moment.
Memories.
Just
that is the most basic thing I've ever seen.
Slight muffled cries within. And then, what seems to be a glimpse of purple just brushing straight past the glass.
That is the world's worst fish tank.
I guess even Waffleberg has its breaking points.
Waffleberg got his breaking points a long time ago.
And that's why I said breaking points. You're clearly past the 7th. I'm talking about the 8th here.
You are quite the interesting one, actually, when it comes to it. The master
The master
oddly gets no pleasure, no joy out of keeping you contained.
Alright, I'll
Druid.
let him out then. Gonna look up at the bells.
2 bells.
Oh, look at that! He really doesn't give a shit. Give me that amulet.
Quite
It's
frankly,
not
but
enough.
I
There's
thought
no
we had enough for 2.
quite frankly, but there's no joy in torturing an already tortured soul.
You're just not trying hard enough, buddy.
Oh, he's tried. He's tried several things. You think it just started off with only you in there?
See, this is the thing, though. Waffleberg's crazy. Waffleberg knows he's crazy. And Waffleberg knows they're dead. And they can die over and over and there over and over again. But they're dead. Waffleberg saw them suffered. And Waffleberg knows their ghosts on here because Waffleberg watched as they were eaten and consumed. So your tricks, your little butterfly illusions, or whatever your master's good at, what is the word? It's all bullshit. And
If you
you, as much as this is your torment, as scary as it is, it's not real. Sure, you can make me feel it's real, but I've already lived through the situation once.
If you say so. And he will just
Alright.
back up and step to the side.
Hang on, I thought we had an amulet going us to get through 2 bells. What was 3 bells we couldn't do?
It's 3 bells we can do.
Well, this one has 2 bells. I'm pretty sure we can crack this boy open.
Yep.
Yeah?
So you holding it up to 3?
Gonna prod Kuiper again. Like I told you we could get in this one.
Okay.
Just be cautious. I don't want to get in there because clearly he has a bit of a boner for that concept.
So you open it up then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You hold up the amulet. And you hear a creaking of walls and of magic. As the barrier fades, the sand comes pouring out toward you.
And it's up.
But just kind of goes through you.
Oh,
Because as I said,
see
it
what you
is
don't like this shit.
illusionary.
I can feel it. Oh, I don't know if that's just in my head or not.
Kuiper.
Yep.
You, however, are indeed knocked off Alekxander's shoulder by something.
Thunk.
Kuiper! Oh, you're there.
Yes, Kuiper is there on the floor. As a large purple claw rests itself on top of Kuiper and tries to drag him off.
I would like to
Alekxander is
immediately
going
Misty
to-
Step.
Yep, that's fine.
Alekxander's gonna hit this thing like a fucking golf ball.
Back onto Alekxander's shoulder, but like holding onto his forehead.
Just got the perfect got a good all like just come up with his hammer and just thunk. Ignore the angry.
Okay, give me a sec, because I'm trying to save an image. There we go. Let's see, what did you roll to hit? A 12 will miss, as it quickly, nimbly dodges to the side. And you see, in front of you, as another one rises up from the cell as well. Where the hell is it? I saved it here. STUVWX. Jesus Christ. Oh, there. Alphabet, I know it. Shut up.
Oh, it's the thing with the parasaur head.
You see 2 of these.
Oh shit, it is a Zerxai.
And Bruno will just tilt his head slightly. Quite honestly, but I don't know why you thought everything in there was an illusion.
Well, Mr. Bruno, allow me to have a quick test. I'm going to pick up the fucking butler and throw it at him.
A boss grapple check, I guess. Okay.
This purple boy is getting a butler eaten out of. Oi! No, you don't get advantage!
He rolls grapples with advantage.
Come! Why?
Because it's almost as if he's been built to grapple and detain people.
Listen, Jeeves, you don't get to be James Bond.
So, as you try and grapple him, he instead just picks you up and throws you.
That's not how grappling works, you cheeky shit. Sir, I do believe we need a new grapple check.
Okay, we can do a new grapple check if you want.
Yeah.
As
I'm
Go
gonna
on.
make this.
18.
I'll make this funny.
As those two are doing it, how
Items.
close are the Zerxais to Waffleberg?
Around 30 foot.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
So
He's going to try and suplex it back. He's getting chopped in the face.
I love the fact that these two are quite literally just... The best way I could put it is, and you'll appreciate this, Jack. Do you know, like when wrestlers try and do the German suplex, but they keep reversing it, so they just keep going behind each other to try and lift? It's that. You're just
Yes!
essentially moving further and further down the corridor as you try and German suplex each other.
I'm getting dizzy.
But yeah, they're 30 foot away from you, Waffleberg.
How close is the butler dude? Who's just been thrown into them, I'm assuming.
He
No,
is...
we're still wrestling.
5... He's roughly 10 feet away, as they've moved kind of 5 foot back each time a German suplex has failed, and they try and reverse it onto each other.
I've got a minute. With a nat 20, I must have him a proper waistlock by now.
Oh yeah, no,
Waffleberg,
you've had each other in locks all this time, but...
broken into a fit of laughter, is taking out the 2 bags of holding.
No.
This is immortal!
And he is going to, instead of running at the Zerxais, run at the butler.
Alekxander, who is always up for a big fuck-off bar fight, will just hold this man in place for whatever the fuck is about to happen to him.
Alekxander, since you are behind this tall guy, all you're hearing is Waffleberg shout this, but you can peek around this guy to see Waffleberg if you wish.
Yeah, I probably caught a little bit of a sight of him.
Yep, you see Waffleberg run towards you with 2 bags of holding.
Piper's
The
getting
question
ready
is,
to
would
send away.
Alexander recognize this?
Alekxander does not understand the implications of 2 bags of holding, and so he's just expecting Waffleberg to pull something out of him and twat this fucking butler.
Kuiper,
Oh my
you already know
God.
what's coming. You've seen this happen before.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm getting ready to do something.
If I can-
Vengeance is mine!
Mariah, Alari, and Potoo, however, you've been left with these Zerxai.
Just kind of there, like, now what?
Die.
What? That's not
I
enough.
mean,
She's dealing with depression. Don't let her do that.
And the fourth figure will just join you from behind and be like, it's no use. They're hungry. They're always hungry.
Who?
It's Waffleberg Spirit.
Oh. Well, he's being the depressive one now.
Yes, I would. It's almost as if Waffleberg wanted to join back up with his body, but his body just ran off.
Yes, you should probably go get your body.
This is my body. I don't know who you are, but you fuck off.
I just imagine now Waffleberg running away from his fucking spirit.
His spirit will try and catch up with Waffleberg.
No, you go away. Go away. No.
So, what are you doing though, Waffleberg, with those things? Because
Oh no, Waffleberg's distracted now. He's running the fuck away from his ghost now. He's distracted.
So, as you're prepared to do something, Kuiper, Waffleberg just runs past you, followed by Waffleberg's spirit.
No, go away. No, you get back here. No, go away. No, you get back here.
Could I,
Go away. Relax,
could I
this is
snatch his
immortal.
device
Shut the
off
fuck up.
him as he passes?
What, sorry?
Could I snatch the device off him as he passes?
Try snatch all the bags of holding.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand, and would you be trying to oppose this if you could, Waffleberg?
I don't think Waffleberg really can right now. He's running the fuck away from himself. And they're both shouting at each other.
That's 20. You just kind of pluck it from Waffleberg as he runs. Just
Alekxander, realizing that his supposed backup is no longer coming, will return to attempting to surpass his grapple, but now he's angry. And he's going to rage.
I'm not going to lie, this is very entertaining. If we weren't being possibly being assaulted by purple things.
And now I have advantage.
Why don't
So let's see how this goes. Oh, that's a bit meh.
Why don't we just leave the cell?
Yeah, he's fine. He
You're
gets
not in
me
the
in
cell.
his
You're
German.
outside the cell.
Why are there racks outside the cell?
Because they weren't fake.
It's now my turn to get back in the German suplex position.
It is indeed. 15.
No, I still think they're fake.
15.
Waffleberg
Alright, here we go. Nope, he's back in the German suplex position.
They have moved.
Should I just roll to see if Potoo can figure out if they're fake or not?
Roll me an investigation. Alekxander and the butler and Kuiper have moved another 10 foot down the corridor.
Aren't these raptors size too?
Be the 22, bitch.
That is a 21 for investigation.
They are the basic Xerxai.
Yeah, they're the raptor Xerxai. The basic Xerxais are the little dudes that follow Rek'Sai in the game. Yeah, they're pretty tall.
Yeah, Xerxai Call is from the cards.
Yeah, they're pretty tall. They ain't no small thing.
Yeah, no, their heads are almost brushing against the roof of this place.
Yeah, but Waffleberg's still fairly certain they're fake.
What did you roll there? Sorry, Potoo?
21.
As you just kind of reach forward with Legion to try and just swipe it through, it clangs against the chitinous armor of these things. And it just looks down to the blade, slowly looks back up to you.
Not even doing it with the sharp end, it's just like the side is like pat.
Pretty much.
Oh, you seem pretty sturdy.
And they do look like they're about to pounce.
The moment they try to pounce, can I try to use their momentum to send them into the wall?
Okay. The one that's in the front, which seems to be a bit more scarred body-wise, which can assume to be the alpha, goes to pounce. And as it does so, make me an athletics check.
Haley,
Yes.
sorry, I'm gonna have to bounce early again.
That's fine. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye. So that is a dirt 20.
Okay, and it needs. It says you put this as another kind of grapple situation, only less grapple and more. Can you just toss it to use the momentum? What did you get, sorry?
It was a dirt 20, darn you. So now I'm just clinging to it, I assume.
So you kind of get ready to try and spin it. Instead, its large legs just land on your shoulders and just pin you to the ground as you fall backwards. And you are considered prone now, as it just stares down at you.
I still have my legs, you bitch.
So how's the German suplexing going?
We'll do one more trainer German suplexes.
I've rolled a 22.
Wow.
Yes!
You actually
Yeah,
manage it this time.
Yeah, he's getting thrown into the air, and then I'm going to bring him down chest first. Because I don't want to suplex Kuiper by accident.
Fair.
And then I'm going to pull him in a crippler crossface.
So, yeah, he is prone. And on the floor.
I'm going to pull him to sleep. If I can.
Waffleberg is still running away from Spirit Waffleberg.
Waffleberg does not need you! Waffleberg needs you! No, he doesn't! Yes, he does!
So the last thing I just need to ask before I may end this session early, because I may need to set up a battle map at this point. Kuiper, is there anything you're doing?
Probably trying to stop Alekxander from doing absolutely anything to this guy. And failing miserably. Like, please don't do. Oh, he's already done it. Oh, no.
Mariah, you were side by side with Alari and Potoo, and then Potoo just kind of got smacked to the ground by one of these things. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna need to try to help her.
Okay, how are you going to try and help?
Potoo! How do I
Shoot it in the face!
shoot in the... I can do that. But I can't see for the tears in my eyes properly, so I'm sorry if I shoot you.
Roll me an attack. Just one attack, given this technically could be your own little surprise round. The 22 will hit for 18 damage, so I will make a note that the Alpha has lost 18 damage. Well, 18
I did
health. You actually, it is actually going to see if it can keep hold on to Potoo. What did I roll for that? It's +4. It actually is. It actually does stumble to the side, getting off Potoo. Potoo, you will still remain prone for the first round, unless you go before these guys, in which case you can stand up on your turn. Just to quickly note that, because we will be going into combat next time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra.
That has to be possibly the most unique start for a fucking session ever. You go straight into a combat where most of the party is busy fighting purple dinosaurs. Meanwhile, one of the party members has a fucking butler in a friggin' wrestling move, and one of the party's members is chasing the same party member.
And
there's just one party member who's just there, just like, no, stop, don't do it.
The worst part is I forgot to take timestamps after the hour mark, so I'm going to have to watch this back to try and find the timestamps for the bloody wrestling.
Oh my.
Because that was earned Waffleberg's madness. Pretty much a lot of it. Either way, see you all next time. Bye-bye.